A story now that our law enforcement officers across the state have labeled a bad idea, if not a dangerous one.
All right, beginning July 1st, the Indiana Department of Correction will no longer accept people convicted of D-felonies. Those are people who are convicted of a lower class of crimes, but crimes nonetheless that include assaults, drug offenses, and property crimes. RTV6 reporter Jack Reinhardt joins us live tonight from our downtown studio with more on this controversial measure. Jack.
Well, Todd, the Indiana legislature approved the measure, and getting D-felony convicts out of the prisons will reduce overcrowding as well as reduce expenses as well. But the Indiana Sheriff's Department says that the state is merely pushing their problems onto the locals. Today's inmate count at the Johnson County Jail, 321. That's just one inmate shy of capacity. And for a county that last year sent nearly 200 D-felony offenders to the Department of Correction, it could mean that Johnson County offenders who should go to jail won't.
No sheriff wants to release individuals that could end up getting back out into the population committing offenses that are going to come back to haunt them.
On July 1st, the Department of Correction will no longer accept D-felons at any of its prison facilities. It's a move that will free up significant bed space and cut overhead expenses by the millions. Today's prison population is just shy of 30,000 inmates. Nearly 4,400 of them have convictions for D-felony offenses, and more than 10% of them come from Marion County. The sheriff says that leaving offenders to jails in the county of conviction will overwhelm every aspect of the criminal justice infrastructure.
It's going to, cause a spider web of problems for these folks to come back to Marion County and for us to retain them in Marion County when they should be going out, in our opinion anyway, to the Department of Corrections.
The Indiana Sheriff's Association says increased jail populations will create safety issues for inmates and staff alike. And without question, higher inmate populations will drive up costs as well.
Well, absolutely, you're going to have increased expenses with jail medical. Obviously, you have to feed them, and the medical being the highest, the most costly expense.
The Indiana Sheriff's Association says that local jails will become dumping grounds for inmates who belong in the Department of Corrections. And in addition to the overcrowding, the increased expenses, and the threat to public safety, what really angers the sheriffs is that the state has pushed this mandate with no money to pay for it. Live downtown, Jack Reinhardt, RTV6.